let's list the 49ers off-season blunders thus far. And keep in mind, we're going to talk about their wins too. We're going to be balanced, but we're going to start off with the blunders.
Okay, so number one, I'm gonna go with the Debo extension. To me, you're probably gonna talk about the Jimmy thing, or it will come up at some point. I think this Debo thing
Jimmy Ward?
is, yeah, Jimmy Ward.
Jimmy
They
Buffett?
haven't re-signed him. They
Oh,
haven't
my bad.
re-signed Jimmy Ward. Yeah, remember that's
Jimmy
a
Buffett?
blunder.
Okay.
Um, but Debo to me, not going hard in the paint, trying to re-sign this guy immediately was a big mistake, and it's starting to show. And again, if he wants to bet on himself and waits till next offseason, I don't know. I don't know how you continue to afford all these guys. It's going to get tight at some point. I don't care how much the salary cap goes up. That right there was the biggest mistake because ultimately this is a long-term guy within this franchise. He is kind of the tone setter when it comes to this offense, regardless of who the quarterback is. And he is the consummate pro. Like he's the guy. Like if this was a college, if the 49ers were a college, Debo would be running all the recruiting trips.
Mhm.
He's the guy. Hey, emulate Debo Samuel. That's what you
Yeah.
want to be.
Yeah.
He's that guy for this franchise. But the fact that they didn't lock him up early, overpay him early so that they could save late, I think is a huge blunder for this team to this point. And again, the longer this plays out, the worse it is for the 49ers, the better it gets for Debo, who deserves every single solitary cent that he gets paid.
Okay, I think that's a great one. And I'm going to go the obvious route, like not trading Jimmy Garoppolo. They're trying to spin it like, oh, we never could have. And they didn't say it, but there's been reporters nationally, locally have been like, I don't think there ever were offers. That's not what people were saying a week before free agency. A week before free agency, everyone was saying Indianapolis is a natural fit. They're probably interested. The Niners are just holding out for more because the Niners have the leverage. And then, so to me, Indianapolis ends up waiting, which is smart. And then they send a third-round pick for Matt Ryan, who's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm guessing the Niners probably could have got that third-round pick. But they were like, no, we want 2 seconds. That's a blunder. They should have had that third-round pick. Pick 82. Now it's in Atlanta. And the Colts have a better quarterback. I think I can't prove it, but I think they could have had that third round pick. They should have had that third round pick. So that would be another pick they would have, a 10th pick, and they would have had the cap space. And then maybe Jed and Parag would have allowed John and Kyle to sign Chandler Jones or JC Jackson, something more than Travarius Ward and a poo-poo platter of special teamers. Maybe they could have done that. So getting greedy, holding out for 2 2s or 1 2 or whatever it was, major blunder.
Yeah, I'd say so. I would say that another blunder, and it does go hand in hand, but I like Travarius Ward. I really do. Especially after his press conference, I thought that was hilarious. I think that the 49ers do need a little bit of swag, and he definitely brings that. So it's less about Travarius Ward, the player, because I do like him. I would love to have him in addition to some of these guys. But at least for now, we'll see where Tyrann Mathieu ends up. But I feel like that was a huge player that you could have gotten. And for that same price. Now, we can talk about JC Jackson, who was priced a little bit higher. Maybe they couldn't afford him based off of this whole Jimmy thing, whatever. But for a guy that basically got paid the same annually, Hassan Reddick, to bookend with Bosa, I mean, my gosh, what you could have done with that. So I thought the cornerback position, everybody said you got to get a corner, you got to get a corner, you got to get a corner. And I'm saying, you should probably spend big on a primetime safety or a pass rusher. So for me, I would have spent my money elsewhere. Charvarius Ward's a fine player. I'm glad he's on the team, but I just don't think spending big on a corner, outside corner specifically, was what they needed to do. I would have gone pass rusher or I would have gone safety with Tyrann Mathieu.
One more blunder. I mean, while they were filling their 2 holes that they thought they had at cornerback and strong special teams, they created a big hole at the offensive line. They're supposed to be making the offensive line better so Trey Lance can succeed, and they made it worse. How did you do that? You let Laken Tomlinson walk because he's too expensive, and your plan is to get worse at left guard. You got your center is 37 years old this year, and you don't know what's going on at right tackle. How did this happen? Because you thought you were going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo and get two twos. You pass up on a third and cap space, and you played yourself so hard. That's what happened. Other than that, great offseason.